What up, YouTube? It's your boys, Detroit Love, P-Dubs, Nostalgia, and Michael B. the Game Genie with another episode of the Super GameRoom Dudes. And today we're featuring, all the way from across the pond, Larry Bundy Jr. Let's get started.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Today is Saturday, August 22nd, 2020, and you are tuning into another episode of Super GameRoom Dudes, your arcade and gaming podcast show. With me, as always, you guys know who I am. It's Patrick, good old P-Dubs. With me, as always, is my co-host, Detroit Love. How you doing, Carl?
I'm doing fantastic. You know how to do it.
And as always, we're always being invaded by our brothers from the north. We got Michael B. the Game Genie in the house. What's up, Michael?
Not much, man. Excited to be here. Excited to talk to Guru Larry.
Right. And we got another gentleman in the house from Canada, Nostalgia. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing good, man. It's been a good day today. So
wonderful. And guys, we got a big time guest today. We're super excited. He's taking time out of his hectic schedule to spend some quality time with us here in our game rooms. Guys, it's Guru Larry. What's going on, Larry?
Hello there. It's not too bad, thank you. How's life your end as well?
Over here in the States, it's exciting. We're trapped inside, just spending time playing with our retro video games. How about you?
Oh, that's good. About the same, yes. Sort of building up the hoarding, as it were, politely.
And as always, guys, we appreciate you guys putting your comments in the chat. We definitely want to get your questions. Make sure if you have questions for Larry, if you're a fan of Larry's, definitely put your questions in the chat so we can ask that of him. Now, before we kick off the show, we have a special announcement to make. Today is a special day for one of our hosts. It's a special day. He is now an adult. He is no longer a child. Happy birthday, Nostalgia. Everyone, do us a favor. Wish Nostalgia a happy birthday. Nostalgia is now 21 years old. He's now legally able to drink. And whatever super chats, guys, if you guys want to super chat, whatever super chats you guys send, I will make sure I take that money and buy myself something nice for his birthday. So make sure you get those super chats submitted. So now, Nostalgia definitely wanted to get Larry on. You and Larry kind of know each other from before, correct?
yeah, a little bit. So
From the good times.
Yeah, from years ago, like 30 years ago, before I was born. But
tell us that story. Tell us that story, guys.
well, I was actually just starting out on YouTube, and I obviously knew who Larry was. I was watching his channel for quite a while, and I think I had something like 1,800 subscribers, maybe 2,000 subscribers at the most. And he commented on one of my videos, and I was like, "Wait, hold on. Is this a fake account? Is this really Larry Bundy?" So I reached out to him, and I was like, "Dude, is that actually you?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, Holy cow, that's awesome. So that's kind of how it all started. I don't know, Larry, if you got some different, if you have a different interpretation of how that went down, but
He's annoying me. He's writing to me. I really regret writing to him now. He won't leave me alone.
yeah,
It's a polite way of telling you to go away.
yeah. I think I
those were
message
the
you like
days.
30 times a day, sometimes
Yes.
40 if it's a slow day.
Yeah, suspicious pictures you've been sending me as well. So, I don't want to see it anymore. I've got one of my own. Thank you very much.
Well, Larry, I have to tell you, I know how you're feeling. Ever since I became friends with Nostalgia, I'm reminded of that movie Wedding Crashers, where Vince Vaughn tells the one guy, the Wilson guy, he's like, "Yeah, I got a stage 5 clinger on my hands here. We got to get out." So, Nostalgia is definitely a stage 5 clinger, guys. So just a heads up there.
That's how we do it here in Canada.
That's when he gets to the misery stage. I'm worried. So,
It's coming. It's coming.
out with a sledgehammer.
Now, we definitely wanted to catch up with you, Larry. There's been a lot of stuff going on. One thing, did you want to talk real quickly about your weight loss? You look incredible for those.
Thank you.
Yeah,
For
I mean,
those-
how much have you lost?
Yeah.
252 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
Holy
That's as
cow.
much as I weigh.
Oh.
No, seriously, that's as much as you've lost me from you.
Oh, thank you. Well,
And if only you could do that on Facebook.
carry your biggie back and make you feel like what it used to be like for me.
Hey, we got a comment here from Smacks. Rumors that Guru Larry was the same guy as Daniel Ibbotson because you never see them in the same room.
Yes,
Is that true?
it is. It is. One of us is wearing a Hawaiian shirt, so and glasses. It's how Clark Kent thing going on there. So no, it's because I used to use him a lot for my videos and that. I used to hire him to sort of make my videos and that, and people used to confuse it too. I used to get letters from people accusing him of stealing my videos and putting them on his channel, even though he completely made them all himself. So,
Oh my goodness!
so I had to file copyright complaints on him, obviously. But yeah.
Yep, you got folks in the chat asking, "Where's the rest of you, Larry? Where's the rest of you?"
Went down the toilet, unfortunately. So,
Hey, man. So how did that go? Like, what kind of motivated you to kind of to make those steps? Like, what's going on?
well, last February I had a stroke.
Oh no!
Yeah, well, it was a very mild stroke. I mean, it's just the worst that happened. This side of my face is a bit numb. That's the worst that happened. But it was a massive wake up call. That it's just tiny little things that I sort of didn't totally notice of. I used to wake up every morning with a migraine. I couldn't see for half an hour in the morning, just blurred vision. And I just thought, oh, it's because you're tired. You're just woken up, and it wasn't. And and also things I had a nosebleed every day as well, nearly every day. And
Wow.
I just thought, oh, it's because I keep blowing my nose too hard or something like that or something. Because it was early in the year. So yeah, it's just those tiny little things. They all add up and stuff like that. But I had high blood pressure, diabetes. I knew I had it, but I don't like blood tests. I hate needles, so I try to avoid them. So I went to the doctors, and they sort of said, if you get another headache, call for an ambulance immediately.
Oh wow!
That's why it got that bad. Yeah.
Okay. Were you type 2 diabetic?
Yes, yeah. My mum's type 1, so that is in the family.
Oh yeah. I'm a type 1 as well. So
are you on the needles?
I'm on the needles, man. I'm shooting up like a rock star up in this loft. We're having a good time doing that. But yeah, I'm a type 1, so I've been there. I know how that is. And even if I got super buff, super ripped, lost weight, hulking out, I'd still be a type 1 diabetic. When you're type 1, guys, you're type 1 for life, and there ain't no. It is what it is. So.
Sorry to hear that. Yeah, luckily I'm only on medication for mine.
Yes.
So,
but
hopefully I can reverse it. So.
But in terms of that, like so far, health has improved substantially, and I mean, you're feeling good, and
yeah. I mean, I got a bit of muscle wastage. My arm hurts for some reason from it because you just shrink when you lose weight. You look like a skeleton in his arms and stuff like that. So, so that's a bit of a inconvenience. But hopefully I'll be able to go to the doctor soon and see about that. So
there you go. Okay, fair enough.
Awesome.
All right. Yeah.
Well, congratulations on your health and your weight loss. And you look fantastic. You sound fantastic. Your videos are always entertaining. Guys, the link is in the video description below. Make sure you subscribe to Larry's channel if you haven't subscribed already. And then also links are in the video description as well for the 4 hosts here. We definitely would appreciate your support. Give those subscribe buttons a love tickle. Don't smash them. Don't be too rough. Give them a little love tickle and come join the fun.
Yes.
Now, Larry, definitely wanted to talk to you if you don't mind. I'm really excited about your book. Now, your book came out how long ago? And I'm going to put it up on screen.
It came out in February in the UK, and it's May. It came out in the US, I believe.
Oh, look, and Nostalgia happens to have a copy right there. So,
I'm gonna have to mail it to you for a signature.
Yes.
Now we do have a link in the video description for this particular book, guys, on Amazon if you want to go ahead and pre-order it. But when it comes to Fact Hunt,
you've got an associate link as well. You can make some money off me.
wait. Hold on. Let's take that off. No. Wait.
That's where you come on here and get a few extra pennies off my book.
Are you? I know saying that I posted an affiliate link in the video description? Is that what you're saying? Maybe. I don't know.
You're welcome to your fraction of a penny per sale.
Yes. But Larry, could you tell us the story of this book and Nostalgia? Maybe while he's talking about it, maybe you can kind of show us some, flip through the book a bit and stuff, since you have a physical copy there in front of you.
Makes it an ideal gift for anyone with a wobbly table. So. Well, basically, the company approached me, a company called Unbound, which are like a Kickstarter for books. They've done a few other people. They've done like Ashton's book in the past and stuff like that, and they wanted another gaming book. And so I had it was a crowd-funded book. It reached 150% of its goal in the end, and people actually wanted to listen to my. Basically, everybody just says, "I hear your voice" in like when they read it. So no, it's just a load of weird, interesting anecdotes and facts and stuff like that about video games. I'm trying to make it funny and light-hearted as well. Basically, my intention was to make it a bit like a sort of Ripley's Believe It or Not type book. That you get.
That's exactly how I describe it as well.
Thank you. But the facts got a bit too long, so it sort of strayed from that slightly. But it's just quite. It's basically a book I wanted to invent that you just that you just read on the toilet for 5 minutes. You know, the sort of book you need to read something when you're in the toilet, don't you? So I thought, well, you might as well read this crap. So,
how long did it take you to put this book together?
Well, it took me about a year and a half to compile all the stuff together, and then another year to go back and forth sorting out incorrect things. Especially the main problem was images being too low res, and then they suddenly wanted captions for all the photos in the book. So there's like 400 different photos in the book, so I had to get a caption for every single one of them. And by the end, you could tell which ones I was getting angry about, because there's all completely sarcastic comments underneath.
That's great. That's great. What was this? This was your first book, right? Or did you publish?
I've contributed to other people's books like Ashton's and the Did You Know Gaming book and the Hardcore Gaming 101. I've done stuff for their books as well in the past. But it's just like a foreword I used to write and a segment for a proper segment for Ashton's book on terrible games. But this is the first book I've ever done that I've ever written, and I didn't need coloring pencils to use. And
I don't know. I mean, if I wrote a book, I would try and make it, pop-ups and mazes. I would try to make it simple because that's a lot of work. Hey, we did get a super chat. Sorry about that, Larry. Paul D says, "Have a drink on me, Nostalgia, for your birthday. Not sure that gets you much where you are. Certainly not enough to get drunk, but it's a start." There you go. Thanks so much for that.
I
super
appreciate
chat.
it, man. Thanks a lot.
So, Larry, do you plan on writing more books? Do you think that this was the start of something special, or was this a one-time thing?
Well, I was thinking of doing one based on the scripts from previous Fact Hunt episodes. That way I can get a book out without doing any work. But
resourceful. I love it.
Yes. So yeah, it's a lazy way. But it won't be for a while because it just took so much time in that, and it kept me away from doing my YouTube channel as well. So that suffered quite a bit doing away.
Yep.
Right.
So I would like to do another one, but it won't be for some time, most likely.
All right. What other questions for Larry do you guys have on the book, Carl?
Well, I thought when I was reading the book there, I said, I don't know if you've seen the recent Netflix show called High Score.
Yes. I've heard about that.
And some of those, I said, they took some of your facts out of your books for their TV show. Yeah, they talked about a few things, like the Miss Pac-Man backstory. That came about. But I thought the book was very interesting. Some of the things, when I saw
excellent firewood this Christmas.
I mean, you took me way back when I came across the Milton Bradley's Simon game. I used to play that thing as a kid.
I loved it. Yeah.
Oh, that thing was an incredible game.
Did you have the big one, the little handheld?
Yeah, I had the big one. Big one.
Oh, you're a rich kid, eh?
Smash those buttons. Well, unfortunately, the other kids had ColecoVisions and and televisions and stuff like that. I just had Simon. So
yeah, well, at least you didn't need a television. You didn't hog up the family TV to use yours.
Right. But it was a good read for sure. Brought back a lot of memories. The Rainbow Six used to be my favorite game, and you were talking about how the sequel didn't come through, that they had to get a cheat code to be able to play the download with Rainbow Six. But Rainbow Six, I used to love that game on PC. Once it went to console, and they just jacked that game up, but I used to really, really enjoy that on PC.
Yeah, they made it far more sort of arcadey, didn't they, for console?
Yes.
It's a lot of real simulation for the originals. Remember that?
Yeah. So it took me back down memory lane for sure. A lot of things.
It's a pleasant memory, hopefully.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So I'm electrocuting myself, my Simon or something.
Now I had a question. Obviously, you had to compile all this information for this book, but was there anything that you
Apparently,
found
I
when you were
started
doing research?
Wikipedia for the critics, but
Well, you know what I mean. I mean, like going through this, when you were putting some of this down, what's the most ridiculous thing that you found out that you included in the book?
I think the one about Super Off-Road was kind of messed up. I don't know if you saw that one about basically the Super Nintendo version. They took his Iron Man Stewart's name off the game, and they replaced him with a murdered off-road rally driver, and without permission, and then gave all the royalties to Ivan Stewart's anyway. So,
no way!
Yeah,
Wow.
So yeah, I thought that was kind of messed up.
Yeah, wow, absolutely. What about you, Mike? You got some questions?
I think it's great. Good job, Larry.
He's like, you got this covered. We did get a question in the chat from Devil Waldo. He says, how did Larry get started with your unique videos? Lots of people post reviews, but why did he start doing what he does? I think he's alluding to the fact that, Larry, there's nobody else like you, my friend. I mean,
that's probably a good thing, really.
You know, and no, Nostalgia did not pay me his birthday money to suck up. I definitely genuinely feel that you make some truly special content, my friend. And so yeah, for Devil Waldo's question, what kind of answer would you like to throw his way for this?
Are you talking about when Fax Hunt started? Because that's more unique. Basically the unique stuff's probably Games Yanks Can't Wank, which I started. I've stopped doing them for a while, but I've done that because when I was working at Screw Attack, they wanted a retrospective series on obscure European and British video games, and Stuttering Craig didn't know what wank meant. So he said, yeah, just put it in. I said, all right, and you do know what it means. It don't matter, does it? It kind of does, but so for the next 15 years of doing that, people will ask you why it's called that. So that's why I done that. That was him, and that was a sort of an offshoot from I was pitching a retro gaming show to television at the time for an esports network called X League, and games and the Fact Hunt series. That started from a combination of I had a script ready for a Games Yanks Can't Wank one. That was the games you never knew had sequels because they turned into other franchises. That's my first one, but that was because. I put it on that because all the games were released in the US. Well, most of them were. And it was also because Matt Pat from Game Theory, he wanted to put the show on his YouTube channel for a while. And then he stopped talking to me. So I'll put it on my one. And so, yeah, now he's like that. He's like that. He's very ruthless.
Wow. Well, that's the world of YouTube, though, Larry.
Yes.
I mean, I myself have only been doing this for just under a year. And, you know, you meet people.
Well,
and then you become friends, and then you're not friends. It's just the way it is. It is.
Yeah, I got enough knives in my back, so I look like a reverse porcupine now. So
I love this guy.
Yeah. No, you get.
Whoa! What happened there?
You just killed the dog.
Guys.
You killed the dog.
He killed the dog live on air.
I'm trying to get somebody to calm down the dogs downstairs. I apologize. I'll turn off my fan too.
Only on Super GameRoom Dudes will a puppy get murdered live on air. So we got another question from Eminem. What's Larry's favorite retro 80s rock band?
I don't know. I've got a sort of broad band of stuff. When I was in the 80s, I preferred ska and stuff like that. I like Madness and sort of two-tone stuff like that. But as a I don't know. I think I like most rock bands, AC/DC, stuff like that, if that counts. Things like that.
AC/DC?
Yes.
Oh, I love that band.
That totally counts.
Yeah.
My brother was a big fan of Marillion, if they count as well. Oh, okay. But he didn't like.
Yeah, but that's okay. Nobody's perfect, Larry. It's okay.
Oh, okay. Well, he went off and went fish left. I remember that.
Yeah, AC/DC has a really nice pinball table that I love playing that.
Wait, hold on.
It's pretty awesome.
Hold on, Michael, it got really quiet. Is that dog still alive? Can we verify? Show us the dog, Michael. Show us the dog. I'm worried. Like,
you guys are going to get me in trouble here. The dog was downstairs. I dropped my phone when I was trying to message somebody to see if they could quiet the dogs. Everything's fine.
I've done that before. Not the dog.
Don't call the cops. The dogs are fine.
Dog murdered in Canada during a live stream.
Yeah. Hashtag buy Michael a new dog. There you go.
Listen, guys, don't mess around with that. That's a serious offense here. I won't be able to drink maple syrup anymore if you guys keep messing this around.
Oh man, that's awesome. I forgot where we are.
Your poutine rashers have been cut in half.
So Larry, it is Nostalgia's birthday. I am wearing his sweater because it's his birthday. Make sure you guys get these on Teespring.
Is that his personal sweater? He's got making go cold now.
Yeah, I'm freezing.
I'm
freezing up here.
He loaned it to me here in Arizona. So, but I got to tell you, all week long, every day, all day, like a stage 5 clinger, he's been messaging me. I'm so happy Larry's coming. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait for Larry to be on. Do you
I think you're exaggerating just like this much?
No, he's not.
Wait. Larry, he was like, do you think I should have him call me by my real name or my YouTube name? Like, should he call me Steven or Nostalgia? Does he know what Nostalgia means? Does anybody know what Nostalgia means? You know,
he's not lying, Larry. I'm kind of a level 5 creep. So.
Oh, well, I'm sure I've disappointed you already. So
look outside the window. He's probably there. So.
I wonder why the bushes were shaking out the front. So.
But Nostalgia, since Larry is here, what else you got for him? I know you're excited.
I got a bunch of questions. Honestly, I mentioned it before the show, but you had posted a picture of the Capcom home arcade on your Twitter, and I have one of those things, and I absolutely love it. And I would have imagined that you may have absolutely loved it if you had a better experience. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that? I don't know if P-Dubs, if you can shoot over to his Twitter, maybe you can find a picture, or I think I maybe sent you. I don't know if I sent you a picture. I'll drop you a link.
I'll find it. Keep talking. Sure. I'll find it.
Oh, okay. Well, I bought. Well, I really wanted one for a while, but I wasn't going to pay full price, so I found one on eBay quite cheaply, and looked at the pictures on it. It looks absolutely pristine and that, and ordered one. It come. Not only was it a week late, but when it arrived, it was covered in excrement, and not on. And it was absolutely torn to pieces. It was absolutely torn to pieces, and the excrement was on the inside. So I don't. Yeah, so that I can't even work that out. How did they get it on the inside of the box? But so I opened it up. It wasn't like this when I got it. So and I opened it up, and it just poured a big waft of poo, basically.
How long ago was it posted?
This was maybe a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it'll be on my Facebook as well.
Oh, okay. We'll hop over there if we can't.
It should be here. Yeah, just keep scrolling down. You'll see it.
All right.
So Larry, did the sender actually do that, or you thought something?
Well, basic. I had it was UPS. I had it sent through. So I had a I wrote to the guy who sent it to me, and he was like flabbergasted about.
There it is.
He was flabbergasted about how it got into that sort of condition. You could see it. You could see the poo there in the corner.
Wow.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, you're lucky you can't smell photos on the internet.
So if you P-Dubs, if you can just go down for a second, was that what motivated you for the next video you put up? The crap PS5 games? Was it based on the excrement? Go right down.
That was just coincidence. That was.
All right. Look at this Pip suit. Look at that.
Yes. I'm going for a good version of Billy Mays, really. So.
Well, can I ask, going back to that arcade unit, the fight stick? What'd you do? Like, who do you reach out to? What's the resolution there?
Well, I wrote to UPS.
Okay.
They ignored me, so I posted it on Twitter, and then they wrote back. Funny that. I got the guy in charge of customer services, and he personally bought me a new one from his own money.
Oh, no way.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, so that was quite nice of him. So I spoke to him a couple of weeks ago. He said he was going to let me know about the outcomes of what was it happening. He said
is this common in England?
No, very rare. I mean, you get like a listing of where the parcel's been before it arrives to you as well. Right. You can see it. It got basically. They reckon it got delivered to a farm nearby, and it got stuck there. I think the guy knocked it out of the back of the van, and it got wet, and he put it together, and it's all ripped up. So that's how he got it. But they actually done a forensic test on the excrement to see what it come from. Apparently, it was bird. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. That's bird?
That was bird. It's brown. It's brown. So I don't know why.
Yeah.
So yeah, but they said it was bird. Maybe they thought maybe I was rubbing my own on there or something. But
And didn't you had an Amazon package get sent to the wrong place?
Yes, that's it. Yeah, that was my Tetris suit. I bought a second one of those suits. It's a Tetris one, and it got sent to another neighbour's.
Oh, fair enough.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine your neighbor just comes walking down the road in the Tetris suit? Hi, Larry.
Yeah,
How's it going?
I know full face is familiar.
Tom Campbell would like to know: have you taken a black light to that suit, Larry? That Pac-Man suit.
It smells all right. It just smells of me. So.
Pretty awesome. Now I gotta say, one thing I absolutely like about your channel, Larry, is I like all those videos where it's the I don't know if you've done one in a while, the movie mistakes. Like
Yeah. I haven't done. I want to do Terminator 2 next, but that's
You want to do
that's on the back burner. But the problem is, I keep getting copyright strikes on them from movie studio. Well, basically, the movie industry hire other people to claim the videos for them on their behalf.
Oh,
so there's
really?
like a third party, and they actively go around looking for videos to claim them. So and then that's what I got caught. And I wrote, because a couple of movies are made by Universal. I wrote to them. I said, it is free. It is fair use. What I'm doing is only commentary, and it's even commentary, criticism, and parody. I'm using it as, and I'm also. And the woman said, she said, as it's the Steven Spielberg movies, they're not applicable to fair use. Obviously,
What?
she literally told me Steven Spielberg is above the law. In other words, so
That's amazing.
I'll have to dig out the email sometime. Yeah. So she
basically,
said,
what she's saying is he has enough money to make your life miserable if you continue.
Well, which movie did you enjoy kind of critiquing the most? Like, which one do you think was really flawed?
I think the Ninja Turtles one was the best one.
Okay.
Especially when he's opening his mouth and you see another person's mouth and face and his tongue. I mean, that's just nightmare fuel, that is.
Let's see if we can pull that video up. Nostalgia, if you want to take over here.
Well, I had another question for you, kind of unrelated in terms of stuff that you collect. So I noticed it was on Twitter or it was on Facebook, you had posted about receiving the last, I think it was a WWF arcade game.
Yeah, Royal Rumble
board or something like that. Yeah. So what kind of got you into collecting those boards, and why only WWF? Why does it stop there?
Well, I love arcade wrestling games. I think I don't like modern wrestling games. They're very simulation now, and I think that takes the fun out of it, because our wrestling is a spectacle. It's just over the top craziness, and when they made it as realistic as possible, it gets kind of dull. Especially when you play online with somebody like super hardcore, it just makes it no fun at all. But yeah, arcade wrestling games are just super, super fun all over the place. I hope you're looking forward to an arcade 1-up version of it.
It's never going to happen. Never going to happen.
Oh, yeah. So many lives. Well, they got NBA Jam, didn't they? So
yeah, but it's different because the way that Arcade 1-Up, and I talked to John D on Facebook about this, they have to get the approval from WWF to go ahead and do it, but then they have to go back and get the people that aren't under the Legends contracts, and some of those people aren't gonna want to do it, and if they do, WWF or WWE might not want to do it. Like you have Demolition and Wrestle Fest. WWE is never going to agree to let Demolition in that game because of the concussion lawsuit. So,
okay. I was going to say, I thought you got Randy Savage from the original Superstars or something. Or...
No. It's like Demolition. So you run into a myriad of problems with getting WrestleFest. So modders, if there's ever a cabinet you want to make that you're sure Arcade 1-Up's never going to get the license to, it's WrestleFest. Do it.
Well, hopefully they do Saturday Night Slam Masters, because that's my second favorite.
Yeah, they can do that one.
I'm surprised that wasn't on the Final Fight arcade board machine, because that's a wasted opportunity. Especially it's got
I agree.
Well. Yeah, I think you're probably right about that. Now with those boards, obviously you collect those boards, but do you dabble in like actually restoring cabinets, or like I saw there was a photo of you grabbed steering wheels and a few other things for some, like, are you planning to actually build some cabinets or to restore some?
Well, I was going to sort of, I don't know, is it consoleize them? Not I'm gonna turn the steering wheel in and foot pedals into a controller to play on that. I just plug it into the television. So basically, it's everything but the cabinet, really.
Okay.
Just to save space, because my family's going to kill me if I buy any more machines. And I'm also a dumbass who keeps buying them, realising they don't fit through most British front doors. So I've got 2 Fighting Mania arcade machines in the back garden and a Silent Scope one as well, just because they won't fit through the front door.
Oh, fair enough.
Just wrapped up in tarpaulin, hoping for the day.
Now, Larry, we do have a question here from the old man cometh. He says, your games Yanks can't wink. Are you going to make any more of those videos?
Yes, I'm planning on making one on. There's a PS2 game I really want to do. They've got a train racing game from Japan.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and you sort of jump back and forth. You remember the old TCR slot cars where you can sort of jump them, make them jump tracks, and it's like that with the trains.
Wow,
But it's just quite, yeah. So
cool.
I'd like to do a video on that and just some really obscure.
Well, I would like to put in a request. Can you do one called Games That Yanks Can Wank To?
Well, that's just a normal video.
That's a different show.
Yeah.
It's a different show, Carl.
Yeah,
Tomb Raider.
Carl, that's called porn. It's called porn, Carl.
Well, look, it's funny because, I don't know if you guys are familiar with a game called Leisure Suit Larry,
Yes.
the old PC game.
Yes,
yeah.
that's a fate of my childhood. And that
Yeah, and it's funny because, I would play those games when it first came out, and you always thought he was going to, get it, but he never did, but it was just a hilarious game.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen any of the more modern ones. But
it's actually based on my life. So
yeah.
So yes. And also being a fat kid at school, everything's do the truffle shuffle. Thank you.
Oh,
So yeah. Well, I think I was a big fat kid at school, really, wasn't it? In the 80s. So yeah.
Kids are cruel. Kids are cruel.
I was the one instigating it.
yeah. Well, it's kind of weird. Opposite for me, right? Like, I grew up with a high metabolism. When I graduated high school, guys, I was 145 pounds when I graduated high school, and I'm 5'11", so I was skinny as a toothpick. But now I'm over 200 pounds, right? So now people actually call me fat. So it's kind of like you kind of wish you had it in the childhood, and but when you're older and no one ever called you fat for 35 years, right? No one's ever called you fat, and then all of a sudden people are calling you fat. You're like, man, this is a cruel world. And I feel bad for all those kids I called fat growing up when I was skinny.
Yeah, see, it's the worst when you're an adult because your metabolism basically stops at 25. Yep. So you've lived your whole life eating whatever you want. Yeah, I'll eat 3 Big Macs. I'm going to go play basketball later. I'll be fine. But then, you're 30, you eat 3 Big Macs, and you're like, I'm not in for a good night.
or tomorrow. Tomorrow's also a wreck. I'll see you Tuesday.
So, Larry, I got a question regarding your videos. When did you wake up and one day just saw that one of your videos just went viral? And
it was the broken games, unbeatable games due to developers being douchebags or what it was.
Okay,
yeah, that one. Yeah, that's the one that got loads of views. So that's quite
just overnight. You just went to sleep one day, and the next day it was crazy.
That's the problem with YouTube. It's just completely half chance, and it's always a video that you never spent the most time on as well. It's like you spend ages and ages making one video, nobody watches it. One jobby one you only spent 5 minutes on explodes. That's the weird thing about YouTube. So yeah, that was a video that sort of pushed me over.
Yeah. How many views does that one get?
I think it's 2.5 million views now.
Oh man!
Wow.
Now is that the one that featured RoboCop?
Yes.
Yeah.
64 one,
We did a show and we all played RoboCop. And that game is just ridiculously difficult. It's just
it's brutal. It's the Dark Souls of Cyborg.
Yeah.
Apart from the Surge, which is also Cyborg Dark Souls. But yeah.
Well, Larry, I got to tell you, I would love for you to make some more movie videos if you can.
I will do, yeah.
If you could get those in without getting your channel shut down, if it's going to happen, don't do it.
I like to do them. I like to do the films Yanks can't wank as well more.
Now, are you able to do steals in the thing, or is it just a live video that they complain about?
I don't Well, it's just in general. I mean, they have people actively looking for them, so no matter what I put in there, they'll find it. So
Okay.
So how have you talked to other YouTubers, like how they get around it? Like the angry video game nerd James Rolfe, he's done his movie madness stuff, and he's showing like full on clips of movies in his videos. How does he get around it when other people are getting stopped?
Well, he does a lot of public domain stuff as well, doesn't he? So that's how he gets around most videos. But usually he just takes a hit as well, really, because he's so popular, you know, and he's get sponsorship for videos, so he takes it that way. So it doesn't matter if he gets claims, but
he's got those Audible books.
Yes. So yeah, that's how he sort of gets around it, to make up the lost in revenue, as it were. So he knows they're going to take a hit. So yeah, unfortunately, but it's not fair that they can break the law and stuff like that. But then again, I torrented the film to get the video footage, so what comes around goes around, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm still blown away that the Steven Spielberg is above above.
He is,
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's what she literally told me that. So,
let's go ahead. Go ahead, Nostalgia.
I had a question about. I mean, you were in television, even I think before your YouTube channel. So, how much does that kind of inspire you or impact kind of the direction you decided to go in terms of your YouTube channel? Like, did it play any sort of a role in kind of moving you into that direction, or was it kind of just like it was a part of your life and?
Well, that's when my career fell apart on television, so I stuck it on internet, if that's what you mean. But so yeah, it's like the go-to, the default go. No, it's no, it taught me a few sensibilities, that trying to avoid dead air and things like that, and avoid swearing, things like just the obvious things that hopefully it makes it more friendly, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
But it's sort of it's a very similar thing. Like I said, avoiding dead air is the biggest thing you need to take an iron out for, really. Yeah. I mean, I remember the company I used to work for. If your channel went silent for more than 6 seconds, they get fired. So,
oh wow,
that was their rule. Yeah.
Okay.
Presenter went quiet for more than 6 seconds.
Yep. Okay.
Well, we do show a comment here from Top Spot. He says, "Can your book sponsor a new video?" Would that? No.
No.
Well, wrong answer. No. All right, so I'm gonna pull up your Ninja Turtles video here.
You're really obsessed with these movie ones,
yes,
aren't you?
yes. I want more.
You got 5,
and because Larry, and because you're on my show and I can share your video, you can't claim against me now, can you?
Oh, okay. Well, it's not me. It's Steven Spielberg. Gotta watch out for.
So kind of walk us through some of these here, if you don't mind. Like, what kind of mistakes are we looking at here?
I can't. This is about 10 years ago I made this video, so
you'll remember. It'll all come back to me, Come on.
I honestly can't remember. I always remember one at the end. It was one at the end. I remember.
Oh yeah,
no,
which one is
that? That's the wrong turtle. Yeah, it's the wrong turtle. That one.
Oh yeah, it's Michelangelo.
Michelangelo's supposed to be Leonardo, I believe, up there. I mean, it's quite obvious him. He's even got. You can see it's the orange bandana.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it's supposed to be Leonardo up there.
Oh man, I loved this movie growing up. One of my favorites.
Oh yeah.
So what do we got going on here?
What do we got there? I can see something. What is that?
Oh, parts of like the stage, wires, wires and things.
Back of the set and things like that.
How do you catch this stuff? Do you like watch these movies in slow motion? How do you make that?
Well, I've looked on forums and stuff like that to see what people are talking about it, and then sort of compile the list of mistakes from that. Well, a lot of them are people just made up stuff or stuff they believed was happening. So I've got to go back and check if it's true or not, and if it is, it goes in the video.
Oh, look at that! What's that sticking out of his butt?
There's a guy.
You can see the guy hanging out of the costume. Yeah. That was hilarious.
Oh man!
And you can kind of see the guy hanging there too as well.
Now, when did this come out? This came out in the early 90s, right?
Yeah, about 1990, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hilarious.
This is a main one I remember.
Yeah. Yeah, you just have a good eye, and you said
thank you.
Some of that stuff you found off of forums and stuff. Me personally, I'd love for you to make more of those if you can.
Oh, thank you. I mean, sometimes you see them yourself, and you always sometimes see like a boom mic coming into shot. Sometimes in movies, and that sort of sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah. Well, on the next one, just say, "Hey, this one's for P-Dubs." That's all.
Okay, P-Dubs. You can sponsor it if you want.
So what else is going on in your retro world, Larry? What games are you playing? What are you thinking about? What's going on?
No, I'm just sad. I'm just playing Fall Guys like everybody else at the moment. But,
how do you like that game? How do you like it?
I like it.
I heard it's really, really good. I haven't tried it though.
If you liked watching Takeshi's Castle on TV, you'd love that. So it's basically Takeshi's Castle, the game.
Yep.
Ignoring the Famicom ones, but yeah.
But how does it play? Like in terms of, it's obviously all online. So like, how does it play in terms of kind of everybody in the same space and responsiveness and all that good stuff?
It's a bit manic. I mean, like I say, it's battle royale rules as well. So a certain number of people get eliminated from each round. So it gets the first round is just complete manic. Everybody just trying to get narrow through sort of certain passageways and that, and get knocked all over the place.
Yep.
And things like that. But yeah, it's sort of influenced stuff like Takeshi's Castle and Total Wipeout and stuff like that. And also a British game show called It's a Knockout.
What's that about?
Basically, it's people doing assault courses dressed as giant penguins or animals and stuff like that. So it's basically it's exactly the same thing as that, because the developer is British as well. So it's very that sort of similar.
And what platform?
It's on PS4 and PC at the moment.
Okay.
I think Sony's got an exclusivity deal for a year for it, so it's not coming out. But you can run it on the potato. It's so basic of the game itself. But so you have to wait till next year because everyone's going, "Oh, why is it coming out on the Switch?" So yeah, because Sony's got it. So what else am I playing? Nothing really. I'm going through a couple of old sort of wonky PS1 games I've never heard of before. Playing an FMV game at the moment called Fox Kill Fox. It was published by Capcom of all people.
Oh, yeah. I haven't played that one.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
What kind of game is it? Platformer, shooter?
It's FMV. It's an FMV game.
Okay.
But it's really, really interactive. It's like you just turn the camera left and right in that, and it does a cutscene and stuff like that. It's probably the most impressive FMV game I've ever seen. I think it's a guy who gets mistaken to be an undercover spy, so everybody's after him. So that sort of typical comedy thing. But yeah, I only played it because it was made by Capcom. I've never heard of that game before from Capcom. They're awfully quiet, But yeah, no, it's so yeah. No, so I've been playing that. I've been playing Destruction Derby as well. I've been playing that a little bit because I missed that series. It's great fun.
Now, which version are you playing? The PS1 version of Destruction Derby?
Yeah, PS1.
Okay, yeah, I played tons of that.
I really like Destruction Derby Raw, but nobody ever sort of seems to talk about that one. Destruction is the third one. Destruction Derby 3.
No, really.
But, and Midway published it in the US. Quite strangely.
Yeah, on that when I had that PlayStation when I was younger, I was really into that Twisted Metal series.
Yes, I love Twisted Metal.
Played those all the time on the PS1. Love those.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That was a pretty crazy game. Destruction Derby, I could never steer that car.
Understeering.
The steering is just horrible. Yeah. Which makes you.
Oh,
what was that?
You always veer into a wall or something, don't you?
Right.
And if somebody else keep ramming you and that, you got no chance. It's just half the time winning that game is luck, I think, more than anything.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, have you ever played Rogue Trip Vacation 2012?
No, I've never even heard of that one.
It's made by the people who made Twisted Metal. But basically, they've mixed Twisted Metal with Crazy Taxi.
I'm interested. Wow. I'm interested.
So it's, really
it's called game,
Rogue Trip Vacation 2012.
Would that be for PS2 then?
PS1.
PS1. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to check that out. Nostalgia. Write it down. Take that down for us.
I'm writing my notes.
Write it down. Put it down in the notebook.
So,
we'll live stream that one later.
Thank you. Yeah, it's really like it should have been the proper Twisted Metal 3, in my opinion, because it's like the original Twisted Metal 1 and 2 staff worked on it. Well, that horrible Twisted Metal 3 was released.
Yes. Twisted Metal 3 was garbage. Yes, but the first two were really fun.
Oh yeah, the two is a classic.
Yeah,
I was annoyed that didn't come out on the Mini. I mean, they went for the original, which isn't It's a bit
So who-
clunky compared to.
Would you play as the? Were you the? What is it? The ice cream truck? Were you the ice cream truck?
Oh, I was never the ice cream. Sweet tooth.
What? Oh, Sweet Tooth. Okay, good choice. Good choice. I like
I
playing
was-
as the ice cream truck.
I always played as Warthog. I think.
Oh, really?
Because I just play as a noob character, really. Yeah. But,
Yeah, they made a lot of mistakes with that PS1 Mini. They could have picked way better titles. and-
Oh yes. Because
That was,
everybody was cool. Everybody was crying out for Rainbow Six, well, apart from you. But
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it was a huge missed opportunity because when they announced the first 5 games and they had Final Fantasy VII and Wild Arms on it, everybody got super excited because they were like,
Yeah.
"This is going to be dope." But by the time the rest of the titles came out, that was when the wheels started falling off. And there was also the performance issues that it was all done on the UK
all PAL
timing,
region.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
all PAL region
yeah, the
timing.
power.
Explain that a little bit more to me, Michael. What does that mean with the timing?
What does that mean?
What does that?
There's different formats for TVs. I'm not the best person to really explain this, but basically the timing is a little bit slower when it transfers over to North American TVs. So the timing's off. It's not huge on a lot of games, but like a fighting game like Tekken, it was very
Oh, it's
broken
terrible.
for people that are familiar with playing the game. Just the timing is off by, I think it's like
10 hertz,
3
yeah.
seconds or something like that. Yeah.
It's 17.5% slower on PAL.
Yeah.
So
So it's slower here than overseas.
no, it's faster in the US. NTSC is faster. It's 17.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we
Oh,
also have massive. We also have borders on screen as well because they can't be bothered to stretch. Because you've got 525 lines, haven't you, or on the old TV screens, and we've got 625 to increase the quality of the image.
Mhm.
So that means, but they never converted it most of the time when the games were released over here. So we had massive borders on top of the bottom of the screen. They're great if you want to play on a widescreen television now because you don't get the borders anymore. But yeah, so. And I used to screw it up the other way around because I used to optimize games made in the UK, and when they shipped them to America, sometimes I forgot to do it. Shadow of the Beast was developed in the UK, and they forgot to slow down the game when it went out over there, and it plays so fast that it's borderline impossible to play.
Yep.
Now the American version, yeah.
What's your
That's
take?
another fact. So.
What's your take on these arcade machines? We've got the arcade one behind me. I know you said you're pretty limited in terms of what you can get.
Yeah,
in the
we've
UK.
only got we've got Pac-Man, Mortal Kombat, maybe Final Fight over here.
Yeah. Have you?
Street Fighter, I think
Star
you
Wars. Star Wars.
I'm not sure we've got Star Wars. I'm not sure if we got that because we have. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Now, have
well,
you played any of them yourself?
Yeah.
I haven't. I've never seen them for sale.
Okay.
Oh,
Never seen
really?
them for sale.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
I know you
they-
can get them on Amazon, but they won't let me to the warehouse to play them. So
Well, I think it's Fry's. Fry's is where you can get them now. They're the supplier in the UK.
oh, okay.
Am I saying that right? Fry's?
I've never heard of them before.
I
So
could be
no,
completely
you're
wrong.
wrong.
I just pull stuff out of the air and say it on TV. You know, that's what I do.
Just
make it up.
stuff.
No, I saw someone posted today that they just got their first arcade one up, Mortal Kombat, and I'm 100% sure they said they bought it at Fry's, or I'm making that up. You choose.
Oh, they were like on the fan forum.
Fry's an American retailer.
Yeah, I think it is. I thought it was. Anyways,
I thought it
But
was Canadian.
Fry's. No, I've never heard of them up here. But have you seen some of the other competitors? Like we've got the arcade one ups. Now
I got Quarter Scale keeps sending me theirs to
Okay.
promote.
That's the numbskulls. Is that what
Yeah,
you're
the
talking about?
numbskulls. Yes. Because
How do you find those?
I like them. They're a bit tiny. They're a bit tiny in that, so they're just more of a
I feel like a
Yeah.
giant when I play.
yes.
That's
Yeah, I know.
hilarious.
I have this countercade, Miss Pac-Man.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, and it's pretty nice because it's beautifully
Is that
made.
arcade? Is arcade one?
Yeah,
up?
that's arcade one up.
too. Yeah.
And I like the size of it because it's actually playable.
Yeah.
It's really playable. Those numbskulls are really nice as a showpiece, in my opinion. You know,
yeah, it's to play it like that.
yeah. I mean, it's great that you can actually play it, but it's more of a
can't- I mean-
showpiece.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you plug it into the TV. I had like an HDMI out.
Right. Yeah, that would be pretty
They're
cool.
more of a talking piece more than anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
But they look pretty cool to scale, and they have everything.
They are absolutely perfect. They recently did a Pac-Man for the 40th anniversary, and it's signed by Toru.
Yeah, the Pac-Man, the guy who made Pac-Man. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
So-
awesome. I pre-ordered one of those. I can't wait to get
Oh,
it.
nice, because I only got like 256 they're doing.
Mhm.
So
Got
thought
that
I'd
in.
grab one before
Mhm.
he pops off this mortal coil. So let's see what.
But I agree with you. So some of these, you have New Wave Toys makes the replicades, which are only about this
Yeah,
big.
Yes,
they're-
I love them. I got the Street Fighter one. I've ordered the. I've done a Kickstarter for their Dragon's Lair one.
That one's coming
Yeah.
soon, man. That one will be
Yeah.
shipping hopefully like a few weeks from now.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that too. How do you find the Street Fighter? Because I actually like the secondary controller that comes with it. I feel like you can actually hold it like a legitimate controller in your hand.
Yeah, I've not played the second controller yet.
Oh, you got to do that. It changes the
okay.
experience completely.
Oh no, I really like it. I really like it. Well, I would come with a Duff screen though, so I had to ask them for another one.
Oh,
But yeah, I've got the other machine. My only problem with these arcade machines is they seem to focus on games released in the early 80s, and that was slightly before my time. I mean, I want late 80s, early 90s. I mean, I'd love somebody to do a Ridge Race or a Daytona. To do a machine like that.
Yeah, I would love to see too.
And also more gimmicky stuff. Gimmicky as in stuff you can't really replicate on emulations and stuff like that because of the controls and stuff.
Yeah, I agree with that.
yeah. The big company over here, Arcade One Up, they're probably they have Light Gun cabinet coming out. The Big Buck Hunter. They got rumors of racing cabinets coming out.
Nice.
And then of course the Star Wars cabinet with the flight yoke. Golden Tee with the trackball. If there's one thing Arcade One Up has done really well is they're starting to give us a great variety. It's not just all cabinets with joysticks and buttons. We're getting trackball games.
Yeah,
We're
you
getting
have to replace 2 videos and replacing the spinners with decent ones.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I
I
think
did
why
that.
they started with the 80s obviously because the popularity of what those games were, but you also have to think about say Pac-Man and those games, they were adapted well and people learned to play them very well, and then they started tinkering with the games and making them harder because they were interested in getting more quarters, right? It's like, oh, this guy gets on this game and plays forever, so now we got to make it so difficult. For example, like this cabinet here has Dig Dug 2 on it, and that Dig Dug 2 is so ridiculously hard to play, compared to regular Dig Dug.
You could easily screw yourself over in that game, can't you?
Yeah. So when you start looking at those games that they purposely make so difficult, even when you don't have to pay quarters, it's not fun to play when you got to keep starting over and keep starting over, even without the quarter losses. So I think that's where the appeal of those earlier games is because they just weren't as difficult as some of the newer ones were.
Do you like light gun games, Larry?
I love light guns. I've done that Kickstarter as well. That guy's got one that works on LCD TVs.
Sinden,
Yes, that's it. Yeah, I spoke to him. Lovely guy, though.
Yeah, Andy's a good guy. Yeah, that's the tech that they're actually going to be using in the Arcade One Up Buck Hunter.
Okay. I thought it was going to be like the Wii controller type.
No, they got a deal with Sinden, so they've licensed out the technology. So that's what you're getting in that machine. So
I do wonder if we're going to use this technology in the next generation of consoles. The PlayStation 5.
Man, that guy's in a good sweet spot. I can see somebody like Sony or Microsoft coming in and trying to buy them, and like that's technology that nobody's been able to do for years, right? So
yeah,
it's interesting. It's really interesting. I think that's going to be kind of the new wave of light gun games in general.
I would love a virtual cop machine. That's my favorite.
Oh, that would be awesome. I'm really into the Time Crisis, man. I love Time Crisis. Yeah, I love Time Crisis. I had the I think it was Time Crisis. It was either 3 or 4. I don't remember what it was, but it was for PS3, and it came with these weird little sensors you had to put on top of your.
Yes, a bit like the Power Glove type thing you put in the corner.
Yeah, it was, and it was okay. I mean, it worked well. It wasn't perfect, but I mean, it was fun. So that's my type of game. If I'm getting into a shooter, it's going to be that. Or House of the Dead is also pretty good. So.
Yeah, I recently tried the PDP. They had this Xbox shooter called Voyage of the Dead, and
the pirate. No, sorry, I was thinking the pirate one. So it's not.
It was horrible. You had to, so it had this like sensor that you had to place like 6 feet from the TV.
Oh, it was like sort of early webcam.
Yeah, and you had to calibrate to this thing, and the thing was just horrible. I sent that thing back so fast.
He did,
but I was excited about it. I was like, oh man, someone's come out with a laser, a shooter with zombies. I said that should be fun. I got it. I seriously within
shooting
the
game with zombies. You say?
Yeah.
How original.
And they were on a yacht. You're out on the
Yeah.
sea. I mean, it was just crazy. But the mechanics of it was just horrible, and the great distance that you have to be from the TV, and you had to find something to prop this little thing on to be able to play. It was a very horrible
I
experience.
heard that you can even have problems having the lights on in the room because I used to affect it and stuff like that. So
Okay.
it's nice that somebody's actually worked out how to do it properly this time.
Yeah,
Good on
it'll be interesting to see how it is in like real world settings because we've seen some footage. We've seen a couple of reviewers. I think Linus Tech Tips ended up getting a sample of that gun,
I saw that,
and he did it, and it looks pretty good. They did a good job explaining the tech, but I mean, I'm curious to see how responsive this thing is when you're starting to play some more modern games, not just Duck Hunt. So.
Very cool, very cool. Now, me personally, I've always been a fan of Lethal Enforcers, so I would love to have just to be able to play that again. You know,
gunfighters. Well, they never released a third one, did they? But then again, it was a sort of generic sort of virtual cop sort of clone, wasn't it? The third one.
But it was. I think I had it. God, what was it? It was on Sega CD. I had that. You know, yeah, that was fun. That was fun. Larry, what else? What else you got for us? Well, what other crazy? You've got a lot of stories to tell. I know you got a lot of stories to tell us about, you know, facts and fun stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yes,
what do you
I
get?
have, yes.
Anything recently?
Just put me on the spot like that.
Yeah. Well, no, Larry. If I was going to put you on the spot, I would do this. Look. Oh, boom! Now you're on the spot. Tell us your tale.
What do you want to know? I've got loads of anecdotes and stuff like that, but
yeah, I mean, just more, you know, obtuse facts, because obviously I haven't seen all of your videos, so you know.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I was expecting to watch every single one.
Not every single video.
Yeah,
chunk of, you know.
Support my Patreon and stuff like that. You know,
For like
unprofessional.
One of the things that I was kind of surprised about, Larry, was one of the games I really used to like was the Ready to Rumble.
I love that game.
That game was just incredible. And you were saying, I believe in your book, that Michael Jackson was a cameo on the.
Yeah, and Bill Clinton.
I never knew that.
Oh.
I would love to play that game. What Nostalgia? What can I play Ready to Rumble on? What do I need?
Yeah.
In order to just like emulate it?
Yeah, to be able to play the game.
Well, I mean, if you've got a PlayStation Classic, you can run it on there. Most of the classic consoles can handle.
First one came out on Dreamcast, PS1, and Nintendo 64. Was it?
Yep.
Or was that the second one?
No, I think the second one was N64. I think for some reason that's
Ready to Rumble Round 2, I think, was out on Dreamcast. So I think.
Yes, that came out on Dreamcast.
So any of the
PS2, that one.
Yeah, if you want to emulate it, you're probably best to get a hold of the PS1 copy because that's going to be easier to emulate than the N64
I've got the reboot up here as well.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
That's terrible. I mean, it's nothing to do with the original series. It was the only thing in relation to it's got Michael Buffer in it.
Yeah.
So, well, that was a pretty fun game. The original one. That was.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Rubbish.
Rubbish. I love it.
Yeah. I love that game. It's probably the best boxing game ever made.
Yeah.
Other than Punch Out, which is more of a real game, really, isn't it? So
it's sort of like how NBA Jam, you know, it's the commentary, you know, it's the music, all that stuff together. It just made it a very exciting game.
The experience.
Yes,
it's the experience.
Je ne sais quoi.
Larry, we got a question here. Jeff Rainwater, he wants to know, what do you guys think of the Polymega console system? What are your thoughts there? Is that coming out this year, guys?
November, I believe.
Yeah.
It's coming out.
Yeah. What do you think about that thing?
I like the idea it's finally releasing an emulation system you can use CDs on. I think it's high time somebody done that.
Yep. Yeah, and what do they've got in there for support? They've got Saturn, I think, can be played on it. Do they have a drive for Saturn, or what is it that they?
I think it's Sega CD. Turbo graphics.
Yep.
So basically, the early CD systems.
Okay.
The stuff that can be emulated easily.
Yeah.
Michael,
I think it's up to the PS1. I think.
Yeah.
Can they do PS1?
I don't think so. I don't think it would have been able to do that. Maybe it could. I don't know.
I haven't been following it as closely as I should, but originally it was PS1 TurboGrafx 16 CD, and Sega CD. That were the 3 big CD systems that I could emulate.
Oh, okay.
Oh, play. Sorry. I have to say play, not emulate.
Okay.
I'm just curious, guys. Now, were you guys PS or Xbox guys?
Xbox.
Did you guys?
Mostly.
I was a Sony guy.
You was a Sony guy?
I was always Nintendo and Sony. Those were the two that I kind of gravitated towards.
Yeah,
just
I was
really
Sony initially, and it's crazy because I had 2 PS1s. They both died. I don't know why. I played them too much, I guess. And then I had 2 PS2s. I get one, then it died after so long, and I buy another one, and it died. And so after that, I hadn't bought a PS after PS2. And now I've been an Xbox guy for the last few years. Xbox S now, I guess. 1S.
Well, you're lucky you skipped out on the Xbox 360, because if you were mad about a couple PS2s going bad on you, you wouldn't be very happy with the Xbox 360.
Well, I do. Well, my daughters have a 360. I bought that for them, and I mainly started playing football games, the Maddens and things like that.
Yep.
But the only game I really enjoy, and I've never bought those collector kits. How you buy the game and you get some type of thing. But the Watch Dogs, I have the Watch Dog 1 and 2. The 1 was kind of flaky, but Watch Dogs 2, that's by far my favorite Xbox game.
Well, Watch Dogs 1 was originally meant to be a sequel in the Driver series.
Oh, actually, that's in your book.
Yeah. Yes.
Isn't that's in your book? I saw that. Yeah.
That's why you guys need to get the book. You got to get the book.
Driver Chicago, it was originally really called. Because the one before was Driver LA.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's going to be set in Chicago, but they thought, no, let's put a game about hacking.
And the driving mechanics was horrible in 1. 2, it got much better.
Well, that's because they're trying to go for super realistic. Because of the connections for Driver.
What are you saying there, Mike? You shaking your head?
I didn't think it was terrible. It's just different from Grand Theft Auto. That's what everybody was frustrated about. It was a little bit more complicated, but it was good. I like the driving mechanics.
Yeah, I got used to it. It's funny because once I played 2 and got through 2, I went back to 1, and 1 wasn't as bad after having played 2 for some reason for me.
Will you be getting 3 this year?
Oh, really?
Yeah, Legion, Watch Dog Legion.
Oh, awesome.
Very cool. We do have a question here from Scott. Larry, can you tell us about when you were on the game show Games World and how that came about?
That was just me auditioning to be on the show, really, over and over. I auditioned about 3-4. Well, basically, I auditioned for the 2nd and 3rd season, and I never got through because it was super popular by then. And they'd done a reboot a couple of years later, and I got through on that. So that's how I got on there.
Nice.
Yes.
But it took multiple tries. Now, when you went to an audition and it went poorly, or did you think it went well?
Well,
and they broke your heart later. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it was like you always get the letter. Well, thank you for turning out. Unfortunately, due to high demand.
It's not you, it's us.
It's not you.
No, it's just. I mean, in hindsight, I did say stupid things. They were because they give you a questionnaire thing. Oh, what would you like to be when you grow up? Oh, I like to design games. Oh, nobody else has said that here. So stuff like that. If I said something wacky or something, they might have had me on. I think by the time the 4th season come out, I was coming out with kind of bollocks to say there. I want to be a fireman or something stupid. Yeah.
Well, if it gets you through, then that's all that matters.
Yeah,
you got to play the game, Larry. You got to play the game.
Yeah.
And then they do a little audition thing. We have to film myself talking for 60 seconds or something, just to sort of trash talking stuff like that. So I was a bit silly on that. So I think you just got to be interesting and sort of different from what other people you reckon would say. And that counts for any audition.
Wow. Yeah, I've never auditioned for anything in my life. I've always been a little stage fright. I think
he just gets the roles. People go to him and say, please play this part.
Yeah. Like now, if someone just reached out to me randomly and said, we would love to have you in our film, here's the script, I'd be like, okay, I'll do it.
Nightmare on Elm Street reboot. Oh,
I'm in.
Yeah.
I actually love the Nightmare on Elm Street series. It's like one of my favorite horror franchises. So,
even the reboot one.
Well, the reboot, I did like. What's his name? The guy, he was a Warshank, wasn't he? In the what was that movie? The comic, the Watchmen movie.
I can't remember his name off the top of my head now, but he was in Bad News Bears. That's his claim to fame when he was younger, right?
Yeah.
So he played it. He was good, but it's just the script failed him and the idea, the concept failed him.
And the guy, he was also the guy in RoboCop reboot as well. So
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
he was. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Scott says, thanks for posting the question and thanks for answering, Larry. That's what
you're
it's
very
all
welcome.
about, brother. That's what it's all about.
Thank you. Thank you for asking me a interesting question. Not what's your favorite game, like everybody else does on podcasts. And...
Hey, Larry, I was curious.
That's the next question on the list.
What is your favorite game?
Nice.
I figured I'd throw a really hard softball.
I don't know. I think it gets from taste, changes from taste, doesn't it, over time, and that sometimes you're into stuff. I think the game I've played most out of any other game is probably Crazy Taxi.
Yeah,
because I
That
think
game
I've got
is
it
so
on
good.
every single system. I've got it on, apart from the Naomi, because that's so rare. It comes up on that one. So
yeah, I have it on the Dreamcast, and I would rather play it on the Dreamcast. Although it does run really well on the Pi 4, though. It does work pretty good on the Pi 4.
Let's go make some crazy money.
Yeah. What else you guys got?
Buy some more cigarettes for me. Yeah.
Now you guys correct me if I'm wrong. But when we're talking about fun facts, Halo, to me, Halo, I believe, was the first shooter game where, prior to Halo, you had friendly fire, right? So you can be the character and you can just be shooting your guys, and they'll just, hey, stop, and then they'll die, right? But Halo, as I recall, was the first game that your guys would actually start shooting back at you if you were shooting them, if you were on purpose shooting them. And that's one of the things that I thought was pretty fascinating when Halo came about, is that, you make a mistake and start shooting your guys, and they'll be like, hey, stop, and you kept shooting, they would turn around and kill you. So that was pretty wild. I don't know if you guys ever knew that.
I've never played a Halo game in my life.
No?
Wow.
I've never played Halo in my life. Like I said, I was a PlayStation guy, so I never touched Halo.
Halo was originally meant to come out on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Before.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Microsoft kind of sniped it. And
yeah. There's video footage on IGN's website of when it was a PS2 game.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Have to go hunt for that. That's kind of cool.
That was a smart move because, it's essentially off that game's back that made the Xbox. Let's be realistic here.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. That's true. That was the launch title, wasn't it? That was one of
No,
them?
not the launch title, but it came out shortly around that period.
It was over here. It was launched over
Okay.
here.
Yeah.
So, then again, we get everything
See,
about 10 years
it was a
after.
launch title, just in the future in England.
In the future.
Because they're like, it's tomorrow there, right? Or is it today?
Yes. It's next Thursday.
I was gonna say it's next week. What are you talking about?
When Carl was talking about the shooting your teammates stuff, it reminds me of playing the Terminator 2 light gun game, or the Terminator 2 shooter game when the Terminators are all coming and you have your team in that brick wall in front of you, and if you hit them, they're always yelling at you like, knock it off, stop it, what are you doing? Kill those guys, kill the robots. That stuff always cracks me up when they throw that stuff in games, friendly fire. So but guys, if you join the show late, definitely make sure you hop on over to Amazon. I'm going to share the screen here. The link is in the video description as well.
The affiliate link.
And no, it's not an affiliate link. It might be, but go check out Fact Hunt. Fascinating, funny, and downright bizarre facts about video games. Obviously, Guru Larry put a lot of time and effort into this book, and Nostalgia has it. He says it's definitely worth it. I'm going to definitely place an order myself because now I'm very excited about this. So
that's saying a lot too, because it's not that I don't read, because I do read, but I prefer to read on screens. I don't really like buying books, and this is probably the first book I went out and bought maybe in 3 years. That's saying a lot. This is definitely a book that you want.
I just learned to read then.
I just learned to. I just look at the pictures, man. I'm gonna.
It's a fantastic paper.
Book.
It's from
one thing in the book I thought was funny was about the mispronouncing of the Sega, and it always cracked me up because growing up, the earlier computers used to be the 1088, right, and then it was the 286 and the 386. And I hear people online making videos. They go, "I got the 386, computer, or the 486." I'm like, it's 386. It's not 386, But when you don't know, you don't know, But I never knew that about Sega, that they actually thought it was pronounced different ways.
Yeah, Australians still call it Sega as
Sega.
well. If
Sega,
you ever watch
yeah.
any Australian YouTube channels, they always call it Sega over there.
Larry, real quick here, Jeff wants to know your secret for losing that 200 pounds. I think you joined the
Oh, thank
show
you.
a little
Cheers,
bit
Jeff.
late. Well, how'd
Yeah,
you do
it's,
it?
Basically, counting calories more than anything. So yes, just trying to get way under. So it's literally is. I mean, I hardly done any exercise on this diet. It's just literally consuming less calories than that you consume. Really. Later on, I try to avoid sort of stuff like carbs as well. So try and cut down on rice bread and potatoes, which is terrible because that's like the best things in food. So luckily, you can have as much steak as you want though. So that was one of the few joys.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's literally just consuming less calories than you consume.
Interesting.
And how long is it taking you to kind of lose all that weight? Like, when was the start of the journey to where you are today?
Well, I started in February, sort of doing it, but it wasn't until about last August that I went on it full blast.
Okay.
And that's when I started losing it all. I think the only expensive thing about it was buying new clothes constantly. Really.
Yeah.
Because
I can imagine.
because we got the same clothes size as the US, and I went down from an 11XL to a large.
Oh my god!
Wow.
So
That's crazy.
11XL, 11,
11XL. That yellow Hawaiian shirt I used to wear is 11XL. And they don't do sizes that big. I had to import them from America as well.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
No stereotypes.
That speaks wonders.
Yeah.
That says a
I think
lot.
they only got up to like 5XL over here, and that is a specialist fat shop.
Yeah.
Fat bastard shop. Yeah. So,
Well, Realm Chat wrote right here. He goes, "Weight loss without exercise. You are an inspiration."
it is, yeah. Because everyone exercise more. You don't. You just need to count what you eat, and you can have some really delicious stuff if you
Yeah,
can.
just don't over. It's all about portion control and things like that, right, Larry?
Well, that's
Good
what they
for
say.
you.
It's something like 80 or 85% of weight loss is from the food you put in your mouth, not the exercise you do in the gym. So,
But
Well,
it's
you need
tough,
to do a
man.
video on that, because that's always been my challenge. And because people always say, well, you can't eat bread, you can't eat rice, you can't eat these things. And
Well, you can. You just have to have it in consideration. Really.
Okay.
I mean, just like,
Okay.
It's
don't
tough.
deny you do need to have carbs still in your diet. You just don't go silly on them. I think the only thing that really ruined me was pizza. I absolutely love pizza, but I had one of them. I put on 7 pounds straight away.
yeah.
Oh my god! One
yeah,
pizza,
'cause there's-
7 pounds.
Well, I bet you it's
Pizza
not
is
even
big.
just from the pizza. It's probably from like the salt content, right? Like all the salt and the
It's
cheese and
salt and sugar. There's a lot of sugar in
yeah,
pizza.
there is. Yep.
And the cheese, cheese basically, but mostly the cheese and the bread. Some stuff is surprisingly healthy, like pepperoni. That is quite healthy because fat in itself is actually not bad for you. You do need fat in your diet, and it helps you sort of lubricate on the way out, if you know what I mean. But,
Wow. Yeah, there's something there about good fats and bad fats too, isn't there? Larry?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, stuff like butter. Butter's good for you. Stuff like that, because everybody will know butter's like the devil.
No.
Yellow liquid of the devil. But no, butter's actually quite good for you. So dairy milk and stuff like that. It's just like I say, it's in consideration as well. Dairy. Just try not to have too much. And the weirdest thing is, the less fat in milk, the more calories it has, which is strange.
It's probably because it's got higher sugar content, right? You're taking the fat content out, and it's got to be replaced with something in terms of volume, right?
Well, it's the thickness. I mean, if you have absolutely zero fat in milk, it's just basically coloured water.
Yeah.
You get it. So it literally is. It looks like somebody's just cleaned their paintbrushes out with it. So that's what it looks like without the fat.
Wow.
In it. But yes, I need something to thicken it up, I think, and that's where the calories come in.
Now, I don't know if you noticed this, Larry, but my buddy Detroit Love here, his shirt is inspired by your cartoon caricature that is on the corners of the screen here.
Yes,
I don't know.
cosplay.
hey, I'm on
Cosplay
holiday.
is me.
I'm on holiday this week.
You got
And
the
I'm
hair
a-
on the wrong side of your head, though.
Hey, can you move that around a little bit just
Yeah.
to get it,
Let your
do
head
the
upside
right
down.
impression? Well, guys, we are getting near the end of our broadcast. We can't thank you enough for joining our show. Definitely make sure you subscribe to all the hosts. Links are in the video description below. Definitely make sure you subscribe to Larry. Check out his book as well on Amazon. Larry, any final thoughts, thank yous for your fans as well as possibly new fans you may have made coming on our show?
Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to click on the affiliate link for my book. These people deserve the fraction of a penny they'll make from your clicking.
Yeah, before we let you go, one more question.
Oh yes.
Where did Guru Larry come from?
Yeah,
that came from very years and years ago. I used to do a live TV show called Game Guru, which basically is a phone-in show where people ask for cheats for games, and I used to post them up on screen. And everybody who was a presenter was called Guru. So I was Guru Larry. My friend Wes, I've done videos with. He was called Guru Wes. He absolutely hated being called Guru Wes, so I decided to keep the name just to annoy him. Really.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of game shows, Larry, immediately following this broadcast, guys, let's do a raid. Everyone who's watching this show, head on over to the Rexer Show on YouTube. Rexer Show is going to be having a super fun retro Family Feud video game show. It's going to be Team USA versus Team Canada, starring the Super GameRoom Dudes. You're going to find us over there in about 10-15 minutes. So make sure you head on over to Rex's live stream. Tell them that you're there for the Game Room Dudes, and we sent you, and we'll be there as well, participating in that show. Larry, you're more than welcome to come check out that live stream as well.
Thank you. I've looked at that.
The Rexer Show, he's kind of a newer guy. He's got maybe about 2,000 subscribers, but he does a lot of really awesome. His channel is mostly dedicated to trivia and game shows for retro gaming. Ooh, and nice. So yeah, make sure you guys head on over there and check that out. We're heading over there in just a few minutes.
Maybe we'll need to set up a Team UK for you, Larry.
Yeah, Team UK. Yeah.
It was called Family Fortunes over here, Family Feud.
Oh, really?
Because they thought it was a bit mean-spirited to have families feuding. So yeah, it was called Family Fortunes over here.
Family Fortune, I love it.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I can't thank you enough. It's always so much fun doing these shows and stuff for the community, and we greatly appreciate it. And any other final thoughts and farewells from the panel before we have Carl send us on our way?
I just want to say, Larry, it's a pleasure to get a chance to actually talk to you. You're so well respected in the whole YouTube community. I mean, a lot of YouTubers are real cynical people, and they hate on people that have success.
I'm just putting this on to look nice, really.
No. I'm talking about other YouTubers.
I'm blocking you. So,
well, I'm talking about other YouTubers. They're cynical. They usually attack people that are successful. You've been successful, and still those cynical people, I know a lot of them, still love you. So thank you very much for joining us and sharing your expertise with us today.
Oh, thank you. Very welcome. So hopefully I haven't corrupted many of you.
I was going to say the same thing. I appreciate it. And like I said, you reached out to me when I had next to no channel. And just you were like, yeah, man, you got to support the small guys. I was small at one point. And I mean, you're just like a really nice, genuine guy. So
it's the old saying, never tread on a snake, for one day it may become a dragon. So yeah, so basically, one day you could be bigger than me, and I'll have to be nice. Yeah. So
I know a couple guys that should probably get that tattooed on their bodies. So
yeah. No, it's like I said, one day you could be bigger than me, and I'm going to feel like terrible when. Why does he talk to me? It's not because I've been talking horrible things about him.
Now, Nostalgia, now that your hero is taking off, are you going to have time to take a cold shower before we get on the Rexer show?
I've already got the ice in the bath. I'm good.
There you
go. I'm going to need just a minute because I got to return the gift I got for Nostalgia for his birthday. I bought him a bookshelf, and apparently he's not going to need it.
It's not, well, hold on. You can still send it. This will just be the only book on it.
Yeah, we could buy several of that affiliate link.
Yeah.
Just have an entire shelf of them.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Larry.
All right, well, Larry, it was definitely a pleasure having you on here, guys. We enjoyed
thank
you.
you for having me.
And guys, thanks for watching. We definitely enjoy you guys being here. Make sure you subscribe to all of our channels. We appreciate you. We love you. Until next time, we'll see you on the web.